slipping, and falling hazards. Finally, restroom facilities are located in the buildings on either side of the parking lot. During this morning's ceremony, smoking and the consumption of alcoholic beverages is not permitted. At this time, please silence all cell phones and other electronic devices. Thank you and enjoy today's ceremony. Good morning. I am Technical Sergeant Crisella Mariano, military training instructor, and I will be your narrator for today's ceremony. Today's basic military training graduation is a celebration of the achievements of these graduates. It is also a ceremony that both teaches and appreciates our military heritage. Drill is an integral part of military history, a prominence that rests on the fact that its fundamental purpose was to prepare troops for battle. For the most part, drill procedures practiced in the past were identical to the tactical maneuvers employed on the battlefield. It was this aspect of drill which made it such an important part of training. Even today, drill remains a necessary and useful training activity for instilling discipline and esprit de corps. Over 240 years ago, General Washington enlisted the assistance of Baron von Steuben, a distinguished Prussian officer, to help instill discipline. Baron von Steuben arrived at Valley Forge in February of 1778, facing an army of several thousand undisciplined, half-starved, wretched men in rags. To correct these conditions, he set to work immediately and wrote regulations designed to teach the discipline of drill to a model company of 120 selected men. Discipline became a part of the military for these individuals as they learned to respond to commands without hesitation. As they mastered the art of drill and began to work as a team, this group developed a collective sense of pride in themselves and in their unit. Watching this model company perform, observers were amazed to see how quickly and efficiently the troops could be massed and maneuvered into different battle formations. Later, members of this model company were assigned throughout the regular army to teach drill. It was through this simple emphasis on drill that the effectiveness and efficiency of Washington's Continental Army were improved. In 1789, Baron von Steuben wrote the American Army's first field maneuver, the regulations for the order and discipline of the troops of the United States. The drill procedures placed into effect at Valley Forge remain unchanged for over 85 years, and many of these same procedures are still in use today. One form of drill is the salute. Since early times, men-at-arms have used some form of salute as an exchange of greeting, the most popular of which has been the hand salute. This exchange has been preserved, and its use continued in all modern militaries, which inherit their traditions from the age of chivalry. Throughout today's ceremony, you will see the flights presenting arms as one form of the military salute. The civilian counterpart of the salute is manifested in various ways, such as placing the right hand over the heart when the national anthem is played, or raising the hand when greeting a friend. The military salute is given in the same manner as a gesture of recognition and a friendly greeting to a comrade in the honorable profession of arms. To maintain the proper decorum and respect for events such as this, we ask that you abide by the following standards while you are here. First, there will be times that you will be asked to stand for the invocation, the playing of the national anthem, and the playing of the Air Force song, the reciting of the oath of enlistment, and the Airman's Creed. Second, we ask that you remain silent during these times, reflecting on the price that has been paid for our freedom. Third, we ask that you pay respect to the flag during the national anthem and as it passes during review. Military members and veterans in uniform will stand at attention and render a salute. Civilians should stand and place their right hand over their heart. Veterans and military members not in uniform may render a salute or place their right hand over their heart. After the last note of the national anthem, after the flags have passed, you may return your hand to your side. As the flights pass in review, applause is appropriate, but please limit the applause so that others may hear the narration of the names and hometowns of the military training instructors. Please reserve the strictest respect during our oath of enlistment. During the oath, service members pledge their lives to support and defend the Constitution and our country. At this time, we'd like to take a moment to inform you of the specific flight locations on the parade field. as viewed from the bleachers, from your left to your right, PT Excellence Flight, Flight 592, led by Technical Sergeant Justin Beach. Academic Excellence Flight, Flight 593, led by Technical Sergeant Avarion Williamson. Flight 596, led by Master Sergeant Tony Segura. Flight 597, led by Technical Sergeant Eric Bucher. Flight 598, led by Technical Sergeant Matthew Henry. Flight 599, led by Technical Sergeant Andrew Truman. Flight 600, led by Technical Sergeant Ajalon Kimbrough. Flight 601, led by Technical Sergeant Reinhard Becklin. In the center of the parade field is a color guard, led by Master Sergeant Genevieve Foljam. The flights selected to carry our national, state, and territorial flags, flights 594 and 595, led by Staff Sergeant Nicholas Stedding. Flight 602, led by Master Sergeant Alicia Williams. Flight 603, led by Technical Sergeant Jessica Kornman. Flight 604, led by Technical Sergeant Israel McDowell. Flight 605, led by Staff Sergeant Zachary Bradley. Flight 606, led by Technical Sergeant Dale Bonnell. Flight 607, led by Master Sergeant Seneca Linder. Flight 608, led by Technical Sergeant Tyler Strasser. At this time, please find a place to sit. Thank you and enjoy today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of our official party. Ladies and gentlemen, rendering a flying salute to our graduating airmen and guardians are 4 T6 Alpha Texan 2s, call sign Prey 21 flight. Prey 21 is flown by Lieutenant Colonel Crissell and Captain Sobchuk. Prey 22 is flown by Lieutenant Colonel McPherson and Major Hofgartner. Prey 23 is flown by Lieutenant Colonel Ayers. And Prey 24 is flown by Major Miller and Major Kling. These aircraft are from the 559th Flying Training Squadron, 12th Flying Training Wing, Joint Base San Antonio, Randolph, Texas. Please remain standing for the invocation given by Chaplain Paccarar.
Let us pray. Lord Almighty, we thank you for this happy occasion that brings us together as fellow airmen and guardians, leaders, families, and friends. We rejoice with this graduation and we ask to send your blessing upon them. We thank you for their families and the sacrifices they have made. Fill their hearts with pride as they witness the fruit of their labor. We also pray you will give to all our leaders, instructors, and staff a sense of accomplishment for their faithful and dedicated service. Lord God, may all graduates of today remain steadfast in the causes of truth, justice, and freedom, and always bring honor to our nation, to their families, and to themselves. We ask all these things in your holy name. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. Please be seated. Good morning, and welcome to today's Basic Military Training Graduation Ceremony. We would like to introduce our distinguished guests, beginning with the host for today's ceremony, the Commander, Air Force Basic Military Training, Colonel Billy Wilson, Jr. The Senior Enlisted Leader, Air Force Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Dan Anderson. The Reviewing Official, the Commander, 142nd Wing, Colonel Todd Hofford. From the Graduating Squadron, the Commander, 326th Training Squadron, and today's Commander of Troops, Lieutenant Colonel James Cox. The Acting Senior Enlisted Leader, 326th Training Squadron, Master Sergeant Casey Allen. The Commander, 1st Delta Operations Squadron, Detachment 1, Major Clint Emery. The Senior Enlisted Leader, 1st Delta Operations Squadron, Detachment 1, Senior Master Sergeant Anthony Ray Chua. Also in attendance with us today, the Commander, Space Delta 1, Colonel Peter Norsky, accompanied by his wife, Jessica. The Command Chief, 37th Training Wing, Chief Master Sergeant Carlos Damian. Although time does not permit us to introduce all of our distinguished guests, the 737 Training Group is proud to welcome each of you. We hope you enjoy today's ceremony. Our Commander of Troops is Lieutenant Colonel James Cox. Colonel Hofford will review today's ceremony.
Squadron! Hurry, rest! Hurry! 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 In place! Stand up! Stand up! Two! Stand up! Play! Give your squadron attention! US flag on! State flag on! Give your squadron present on! Present! Present! Present!
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated.
Sir, the parade is formed.
Give your squadrons order arms!
Over the last 7.5 weeks, the men and women before you have transformed from civilians into motivated, disciplined warriors with the foundation to serve in the most powerful military the world has ever known. Once they leave basic military training, they will continue on to technical training to learn the skills needed to perform in one of the 118 specialties. They will then move on to serve at one of 84 installations around the globe or work directly with our sister services. As they move on to technical training, they will continue to focus on adapting to military requirements, achieving occupational proficiency, and learning how to be highly productive members of the armed forces. These men and women will prepare for increased responsibilities and must ensure they are trained, qualified, and ready to deploy and operate in an expeditionary environment. These graduates are the future of our national defense and will pave the way for the generations that will follow. .737 Training Group, United States Air Force, Joint Base San Antonio-Lackland, Texas. Subject, Commander's Excellence. The Commander's Excellence Streamer is awarded to Flight 604 for their significant accomplishments demonstrating teamwork, excellence, and esprit de corps during the period of 4 September 2023 to 19 October 2023. Signed, Billy Wilson Jr., Colonel, United States Air Force. The Commander's Excellence Flight was led by Technical Sergeant McDowell and Technical Sergeant Hunter. Of the hundreds of thousands of American citizens that enter the workforce each year, less than 1% have joined the ranks of the United States military. The graduates before you have reached a milestone in their military journey and will require your continued support to assist them in their future endeavors.
Stand. Order. Halt. Stand. Change post. March. Give your squadron order. On. Pass and review.
The graduates passing in review today represent a portion of the 35,000 men and women who will complete basic military training this year. The 737th Training Group provides all recruits the essential military training to become motivated members of the world's greatest air and space force. The military training instructors are responsible for the indoctrination, development, and discipline of airmen and guardians. They have dedicated endless hours to ensure all training objectives are met. Today's graduates have proven through academic studies, military training, physical training, and the development of teamwork that they are ready to take their place in the United States Armed Forces. As our graduates turn left onto the bomb run to pass in review, they will march over the enlisted heroes walk. The men and women recognized on the pavers have been awarded our nation's highest honors, representing heroic and unselfish actions as members of the United States military in armed conflict. Their decorations include 9 Medals of Honor, 23 Air Force Crosses, and 162 Silver Stars awarded for bravery during encounters with hostile enemy combatants. These enlisted heroes serve to inspire all service members to execute their duties courageously and with honor in their service to this great nation. We would like to direct your attention to our national, state, and territorial flags. As these flags pass in review, please stand and render the appropriate courtesies for our national flag. As a reminder, military members and veterans in uniform will stand at attention and render a salute. We ask that our civilian guests stand and place their right hand over their heart. Veterans and military members not in uniform may either render a salute or place their right hand over their heart. Once the flags have passed, please be courteous of others and be seated in order to allow all our guests the opportunity to view the flags as they pass in review. The Commander of Troops, led by Lieutenant Colonel James Cox, Commander, 326 Training Squadron, hometown, Chicago, Illinois. The A Squadron Staff, led by Technical Sergeant Allison Ledford, Military Training Instructor, Trainer, hometown, Olympia, Washington. PT Excellence Flight, Flight 592, led by Technical Sergeant Justin Beach, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Madison, Wisconsin. Academic Excellence Flight, Flight 593, led by Technical Sergeant Avarion Williamson, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Martinsville, Virginia. military training instructor, hometown, San Diego, California. Flight 597, led by Technical Sergeant Eric Booker, military training instructor, hometown, Portland, Indiana. Flight 598, led by Technical Sergeant Matthew Henry, military training instructor, hometown, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Flight 599, led by Technical Sergeant Andrew Truman, military training instructor, hometown, Lusby, Maryland. Flight 600, led by Technical Sergeant Ajalon Kimbrough, military training instructor trainer, hometown, Norfolk, Virginia. Flight 601, led by Technical Sergeant Reinhard Becklin, military training instructor, hometown, St. Louis, Missouri. The Color Guard, led by Master Sergeant Genevieve Fulgham, military training instructor, hometown, Sebastian, Florida. Flight 594 and 595, led by Staff Sergeant Nicholas Steddon, military training instructor trainer, hometown, Belleville, Illinois.
Right up!
The B Squadron staff, led by Technical Sergeant Timothy Ashley, military training instructor trainer, hometown, Bowling Green, Kentucky. Flight 602, led by Master Sergeant Alicia Williams, military training instructor trainer, hometown, Virginia Beach, Virginia. Flight 603, led by Technical Sergeant Jessica Cornman, military training instructor, hometown, Olympia, Washington. Commander's Excellence Flight, Flight 604, led by Technical Sergeant Israel McDowell, military training instructor trainer, hometown, Greenwood, Mississippi. Flight 605, led by Staff Sergeant Zachary Bradley, military training instructor, hometown, Fort Walton Beach, Florida. Flight 606, led by Technical Sergeant Dale Bonnell, military training instructor trainer, hometown, Allenswood, Pennsylvania. Flight 607, led by Master Sergeant Seneca Linder, military training instructor trainer, hometown, Fayetteville, North Carolina. Flight 608, led by Technical Sergeant Tyler Strasser, military training instructor, hometown, Falcon, Colorado. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing and singing of the United States Air Force and Space Force songs. You may be seated. Musical support for this morning's ceremony has been provided by Airmen from the 320th Training Squadron, performing under the direction of Technical Sergeant Matthew Settlemoyer, military training instructor, hometown Augusta, Georgia. These individuals have been hand-selected to perform for today's ceremony. In addition to completing all basic training syllabus and training requirements, the Drum and Bugle Corps members commit additional training hours for practice throughout their weeks of training. Their extra effort and commitment demonstrate teamwork and the Air Force's core value, service before self. With each Drum and Bugle Corps performance, they honor the long-standing tradition of live music at formal military ceremonies. Would like to take a moment to congratulate all of our honor graduates as well as their families. Basic military training honor graduates distinguish themselves by being ranked in the top 10% of all graduates in their class. The exceptional personal dedication, integrity, service before self, and sustained excellence they displayed throughout basic military training earned them this outstanding distinction. As the flights march forward for the oath of enlistment, we would like to thank all of the families and friends who are here in support of those graduating today, for your support to our mission and the greatest air power the world has ever known. Your words of encouragement has helped motivate these graduates through 7.5 weeks of basic military training.
Eddie! Eddie!
Eddie! Eddie! Eddie! Flag down! U.S. flag down! Eddie!
Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel Hopper will now come forward and address our graduating class.
Good morning. Welcome. What an honor to look into this audience and see the families joining us today. 7.5 weeks ago, you entrusted us with our nation's most valuable treasure, and that is your loved ones. Your support has pushed these airmen to successfully complete basic military training and join the world's greatest air and space forces. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you for your support and encouragement, but more importantly, thank you for your trust. It is my great honor to introduce the Bulldogs, Airmen and the Guardians from the 326 Training Squadron as our nation's newest service members. During your time here at Lackland, you were challenged mentally, spiritually, and physically. You endured, you pushed through, and you triumphed. You experienced the benefits of teamwork, synergy, patriotism, and mentorship. As a result, you became smarter, ironclad, and resilient. I'm very proud to share this legacy moment with you and your families. You are our future and our protectors. Thank you. 30 years ago today, in 1993, I started my journey in the world's best combat air force as an airman basic here at Lackland Air Force Base. I had no idea what was in store, but I had faith that if I followed the Air Force core values of integrity, service, and excellence, I would be successful. You too must have faith. Do what is right. Be humble and care for one another. These characteristics will be vital to your contribution to the protection of the United States of America. The world is unstable, but America is not. Our adversaries in China, North Korea, Russia, and Iran are mightily working to be stronger, faster, and more capable than you. They will fail because you are an American airman who stands on the shoulders of historical greatness that continues to be ready to fight tonight. It is not aptitude, but attitude that will gain you altitude in life. I challenge you, no matter what, you always show up eager, ready, and capable to do the job we have called you to do. If you do this, we can elevate you to the highest echelons of the United States Air and Space Force. There will be challenging moments, struggles to understand, and mountains to climb. But if you choose every morning that you wake up to accept the next challenge, you will exponentially grow into our future Air and Space Force leaders. We need you to be focused. The time is now to defend, detour, and dominate all enemies, foreign and domestic. You can do this. You prove to each other not what you can do, but what is possible. Now take this newfound realization and enthusiastically apply it to every minute of every day. I just have one question for you. Are you prepared to join the ranks of the world's greatest air and space force? I think they're ready.
Please stand as Colonel Hofford will now administer the oath of enlistment. Instructors, place your flights at attention.
Now raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear or affirm.
Do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
And that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States.
That I will obey the orders of the President of the United States.
And the orders of the officers appointed over me.
And the orders of the officers appointed over me.
According to regulations and Uniform Code of Military Justice.
According to regulations and Uniform Code of Military Justice.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Colonel Hofford. Please remain standing while our graduates recite the Airman's Creed and for the departure of the official party. I am an American Airman.
I am a warrior. I have answered my nation's call. I am an American Airman. My mission is to fly, fight, and win. I am faithful to a proud heritage, a tradition of honor, and a legacy of valor. I am an American Airman, guardian of freedom and justice, my nation's sword and shield, its sentry and avenger. I defend my country with my life. I am an American Airman, wingman, leader, warrior. I will never leave Airmen behind. I will never falter, and I will not fail!
Right turn. Hot.
As a reminder, military members and veterans in uniform will stand at attention and render a salute as the U.S. flags pass. We ask that our civilian guests stand and place their right hand over their heart. Veterans and military members not in uniform may either render a salute or place their right hand over their heart. Once the flags have passed, please be courteous of others and be seated in order to allow all the guests the opportunity to view the flags as they pass. As a reminder, the flights are positioned as viewed from the bleachers to the left of the reviewing stand. Flights 592, 593, 596, 597, 598, 599, 600, 601. And to the right of the reviewing stand, flights 602, 603, 604, 605, 606, 607, 608. Please remain in your seating area. The graduates will be dismissed momentarily. Town Pass ends at 1800 hours. When dropping off members, please stay in your vehicle. Family members are not authorized to enter any training area.